By the way, since I've been there, when it is below zero, it beats New York. It's cold. He went to Iowa. This is for the grandchildren, because we need to know that we are losing the giants. We've got to lift them up. We got to tell that story over and over again. So he is so magnificent. Graduating in 1950, then going into the Air Force, the nation owes him a debt of gratitude. It's in the backdrop of the Korean War. And then as he made his way, being a genius in New York, Upstate Medical is not a slouch. It is an outstanding medical facility. And then weren't we blessed and graced that he took his wings and landed here? I'm not going to be long, but I'm trying to get people to understand. When I was sitting back there and I was constantly being reminded, and sitting next to one of your sisters from Texas Children's Hospital, and she had a big smile on her face because there was nothing but love for him and his work. Let me be very clear. We're in a crisis all over the nation, but we're not hopeless. Dr. Austin carried that with him all the time, and I'm so glad he was a pediatrician taking care of the most vulnerable of society. And I don't know if there are those of you who had him as your children's doctor. You may not want to stand. Raise your hand. You were his patient. Somebody let me see you in the audience. Raise them high so we can see you. Because he was an angel. And his magnificent genius of this program, dealing with the medical home for children, has now been adopted at the highest levels of government, the Health and Human Services of the United States of America. It is part of the Affordable Care Act. It was taken from Dr. Robert Austin. Oh, you've got to understand that. And if I get a new hat, I'm going to elevate it and spread it all over this city. Because when you take care of the least of those children, and you travel with them, no matter what mom has, mom may be up, mom may be down, grandmother may be old, but if you keep them in that medical system and follow them, you help their teachers, you help their education, you give them something to hold on to. It is a brilliant concept. He was a loving pediatrician. He saved lives. He was a civil rights pioneer in the medical profession. I just wanted to come here today to let you know that the nation owes your husband, your father, grandfather, great-grandfather, a debt of gratitude. Oh, I love these babies, and I love these children, and the plight that some of them face with abuse and losing their life at the hands of viciousness. A pediatrician can see the early marks and the early signs and save lives. All the mothers who could not pay were so fortunate to be able to come under his wings. The children that are autistic, the children that may be facing a mental health crisis, more children today facing mental health crisis. Thank you, Dr. Austin. And so, in my tribute today, it is to this family to hold on to his unchanging hand. What a glory we had of a strong, solid man. Good-looking and dressing to the nines, making us feel good when he moved around, loving life, eating good food, and welcoming everyone. And so I love that verse as you do. I will not read it in its entirety, but I want your hearts not to be troubled. For those who believe in God, understand that in my Father's house there are many mansions. If it was not so, I would have told you so. But where I go, ye may be also. I know that this good doctor, friends of so many in this room, friends of mine who are here. And my favorite phraseology, Lord, lift him up with the eagle's fly. The bald eagle is a symbol of the strength of the United States of America. Lord, lift him up where he belongs. The pain may be deep. I cannot return him, nor will God. But I can assure you, as I remember my mom, as my phone rings with her number because I've not taken it out, your memories will be so brilliant, so much. And I hope in God's name that I've said just a measure of the historic giantness being born in 1932 and crafting a legacy of care for our children for all to follow. For mayors to follow, for the county to follow, for the state to follow, for the nation to follow. For he is truly a kind and great man. It is on this day that I have the privilege of acknowledging Dr. Robert Bob Fleming Houston, Jr. Austin. I'm in Houston, Austin, Jr. Well, I've just renamed him. He is the city of Houston. What can I say? I'll be walking around saying I'm representing Austin and Houston. But to this family now therefore be it resolved that on behalf of the constituents of the 18th Congressional District, I, and great with humility, offer my condolences to the family of Dr. Robert Bob Fleming Austin and those he has left behind. The legacy of medicine and caring and opportunity is left in your hands. He's a husband, a father, a grandfather, a friend, a serviceman, and community leader. His accomplishments, good work, and deeds are most deserving of the respect, admiration, and commendation of the United States Congress. He is Martin King in the words, an injustice anywhere is an injustice everywhere. Dr. Austin found those injustices and cured them. And he's product of Angelos. If they show you who they are, that is who they are. Dr. Austin showed us who he was. That is who he is. And so it is my privilege with the powers invested in me in the 18th Congressional District to proclaim this day, June 27th, as Dr. Robert Bob Fleming Austin Day in the 18th Congressional District. We know that his work on earth has been done. And the Father says, well done, thy good and faithful servant. To God be the glory for the great things he has done.